Good morning, everyone. The time now is 11 a.m. JCOM. Let me welcome all of you for this JCOM Business Hour. Today, in the capacity of National Vice Chairman and the Chairman of this JCOM Hour, I cordially invite you all for this meeting. PNP Ramesh Batavia sir, JCOM Chairman GFG Didat Singh sir, welcome you all. I welcome you all. Before starting the meeting, I request all of you to please rise for JCI Creed. We believe that faith in God gives meaning and purpose to human life, that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nation, that God, economic justice can best be won by free men through free enterprise, that government should be of laws rather than of men.
Earth's great treasure.
Sorry, sir.
That Earth's great treasure lies in human
That Earth's great
personality.
treasure lies in human personality, and the service to humanity is best work of life. Thank you all. The chair recognizes all the participants present here, all the past national presidents, future leaders, and everyone who participated here. Now, let me take a pleasure to introduce about Ramesh Batavia, sir. Ramesh sir did his Commerce of Law in Bangalore and his post graduation in Bangalore and Houston, USA. He is also Excel graduate of JCI University, USA. The trainer, one of the earliest professional trainer in the country, Ramesh sir has so far designed and conducted more than 4,000 training workshops for clients in every sector of industry, apart from all voluntary organizations, benefiting more than 1 lakh participants. As the head coach of NTTS of JCI India from 1986 till 1994, he has successfully mentored over 450 national trainers. Ramesh sir created Nalanda, who has led for 3 years, and Able, who he led for 15 years. In all these 42 years of his experience, he has been into training. Ramesh sir has never repeated the same program twice, even on the same subject. His ability to create new programs on every occasion, for every occasion, made him perhaps one of the most celebrated trainers in the country. As a mentor, as a professional mentor, he has helped 156 clients of various wide section of the economic to achieve unprecedented success. In rupees terms, his clients have earned hundreds of crores during this period. In depth of his knowledge of every industry sector, his intensive research to the Indian economy and his ability to read future trends have made him one of the India's sought after mentors. As a JC, he is an honorary member of JCI Bangalore Garden City, was the national president of JCI India in 1988. His year saw JCI India rise to 43,000 membership, a record that remained unbroken for 23 years. His national program, Self-Employment Endeavor, disbursed loans to 16,000 micro and small business worth 13 crores. As a man, Ramesh sir is known as a perfectionist in whatever he does and highly disciplined. He is married to Manya, who is an importer and distributor of garden products in Bangalore. The couple have been blessed with a daughter, Divya. With this, let me welcome our Ramesh sir, today's trainer. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Sir.
Good friend Didar, members of the National Governing Board present at this meeting, my constant source of support, the past national president's family present at this meeting, members of JCOM, leaders of the JC movement, past, present, and future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a great pleasure to be here with you after a very long absence. For about 11 months, I have been off the scene because of some health issues. And I'm very happy to say that your prayers and your support has brought me almost to normal, which maybe in the next few weeks, I should be running around. Well, today's subject is a very interesting subject. So let's first, may I share my screen, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Just a minute, please.
Meanwhile, Lakshminarayan, sir, we can have our questionnaire in the last. Can you lower your hand?
Just a minute. Yeah, let me just share my screen. Yeah. Right. We're all set.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Today's subject, as has been very extensively promoted, is plan to have the best business plan. Before I get into this, there has been one feature of all the presentations that I have made ever since 2006, and that is to give a small prediction of where the economy is going to be in the next few years. So here you are, hold on to your seat belts. For all the businessmen here, especially the ones in the micro and small, medium enterprises, MSME sector, the good news is that by Diwali, if not Diwali, maybe a little later, you should be having a business credit card. A credit card that you'll be able to use for business, just like you use for your personal purchases. With this, you will be able to conduct your business. Those days of collection issues, those days of chasing people, and those days of filing cases in court will get lost. So this is going to be a game changer as far as business is concerned. Hopefully, before the end of this year, you should be having a business credit card. The BSE index is likely to reach 1 lakh from the current 60, 61, 1 lakh by 2028, if not earlier. The rupee is going to gain a lot of importance with the fall in the credibility of the US dollar. The rupee is already gaining, but it will be gaining a much more importance in the days to come. Those people who are in the travel, hospitality, lifestyle sectors, you're going to have a dream run. India has learned to travel. The roads are world-class, and we do have world-class facilities in terms of hospitalities and hotels in practically every city and town and hill station in India. And therefore, those people who are there, travel, hospitality, you're going to have a great time. Lifestyle, because India's earning more, it'll keep on earning more, and as we earn more, you will want to spend more. One big feature that is going to happen by 2030, malls are going to die. Much before that, but then by 2030 is the maximum. Every mall will get converted either into a hotel or a hospital or an office complex or a community center, or for all you know, even Kalyana Mandapams. You're going to say, what is going to happen to all the multi-screens? Sorry, the multi-screen is going to be now in your house. And you'll be able to, a 65-inch screen in a living room is going to give you the kind of exposure that even a multi-screen will not give you. So going to a theater is out of the question in the next few years, and going to the mall just to spend time will not be available. Those people who are thinking in terms of expanding into supermarkets, please wait. Biggest players in India have tried. They burnt their fingers very, very badly. They're bleeding. They have very big losses. Please remain as small as you are, because in being small, especially in that particular sector, the supermarket sector seems to be the most profitable. Yeah, that is so far the predictions, but the most important prediction is that, ladies and gentlemen, those people who are sitting here today will want to know that 7 out of 10 businesses are going to fail in the next 5 years. I repeat, 7 out of 10 businesses are going to fail in the next 5 years unless you all change with the new rules of business. What are the new rules of business? Attend April this year, and I'm sure the faculty there will be able to tell you how exactly you should conduct yourself insofar as the new business rules are concerned. But yes, if you don't, you'll die. Okay, let's move on. The business plan, as a banker knows it, and as is commonly known, consists of a few elements. What is it that you're going to do? Are you going to manufacture something? What are you going to manufacture? Okay, are you going to sell something? What are you going to sell? Are you providing a service? What is the service? So the business plan wants to know that. Where are you going to do it? In your hometown? In some other town? Out of this country? Where? Why are you doing this? There are so many businessmen already in this country. Why are you going to do this? When are you going to start? You're going to start 5 years later? Your business plan is of no use, because 5 years later, the whole business scenario will have changed. So are you going to start production or services next week, next month, maybe the next 2-3 months? Yes, this is going to work. Who is your team? Who are the people who are going to help you reach where you want to reach? Who are your customers? How exactly are you going to run your business? Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a standard business plan where, with minor changes here and there, any chartered accountant worth his name will be able to prepare this very easily. But why did Didar and his friends want me here if any chartered accountant could have done this? Why do they want somebody to talk about knowledge which is so common? Let us see what was on their minds. And I would like to illustrate this with 2 illustrations. One is a boy, a young boy called Ravi. Ravi belonged to a middle class family. His father one day brought a calendar home. The top part of the calendar was a scenery of Switzerland, and the bottom had the dates. So beautiful was the scenery that after the end of the year, his father got that picture framed and kept it in the living room. Now, in this living room, this boy, Ravi, kept on seeing this scenery day and night, every day of his life. And in his mind, a dream opened. He said, sometime in my life, I am definitely going to visit Switzerland. And the dream remained a dream for a very long time, until one fine day, he found that he was earning enough. He could afford to go to Switzerland with his family. And then he began to search for the best options, the best times, and the best way to travel to Switzerland. And finally, he did go to Switzerland. Let me give you the second example. Ashok works with his father in a textile showroom in a B-class city in Bangalore. One day, he went to Mumbai and saw an ultra-modern textile showroom, a showroom which not only supplied ready-mades, but was willing to make custom-made suits with the best of fabrics chosen from all over the world. Ashok came back home. There was this dream. He wanted to start something exactly the way it was in Mumbai. He spoke to his father, and his father told him that in this small town of ours, it will take you a long time to realize this dream. Sure enough, Ashok did some thinking and found that his father's customers were very happy with the way the small textile stores was. And they didn't seem to want to change. So Ashok planned to move to the nearest big city. And as days went by, he started researching on what could be the kind of store, what kind of people should be there, what kind of customers he should be talking to, and so on. And there, ladies and gentlemen, was the second story, which ended with Ashok establishing a store. What is common between these two stories? Something which is much more important than the business plan. It is the basis for any business plan. It is the reason why any business can happen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the vision and the mission. The young boy dreaming about Switzerland, another young boy dreaming about a world-class showroom, and slowly that vision transforming itself into a mission, which would then lead to a business plan. The business plan is not the beginning. It's not the beginning at all. Okay. The beginning is that dream, that vision that every person has. Now you're going to say, look, I want to expand my business. That's all. I don't have to worry about all this dream business. Do I have to? Of course you need to. You want to establish a branch somewhere? What kind of branch? Where? What kind of people will be there? Is it going to be a residential area, office area, and so on and so on and so on? Well, they form your vision. Now, today, let me talk to you about some of the most important elements which lead to the success of a business plan. Market position is location. Location, not only the physical location, but the location in your customer's mind. Many people, some of the biggest names in this country, have made the mistake of positioning themselves wrongly. Let's take a very simple example. Establishing an air-conditioned fine dining restaurant in the middle of a slum. You see what I mean? Okay. Establishing a car showroom in a village which still doesn't have proper roads. Location. Okay. The most important element of the business plan will be, where are you going to be in your customer's mind? Who is you going to be that customer whom you're addressing? Who are your people? Who are the people on whom you're depending? Because these days, there's no single man business. These days, business has to be a team. Because if not anything else, you need somebody who will take care of the GST returns. So you will need people. Who are the people who are going to be part of your team? And who are going to be your customers? Okay. In these days where a customer needs to sit at home only and order what he wants, what is going to be your strategy to reach the customer in his house? How are you going to make him come to your store and buy not one, but 11 items after seeing one item in the website? Well, this is that strategy. In Karnataka, in Kannada, there is a saying which loosely translates, if you don't know how to prepare a dosa, don't start a restaurant. If you don't have knowledge of your business, don't start one. I've had quite a few friends of mine saying, I'm going to start a startup. I said, okay, what startup? I said, no, startup hota hai na, that startup. Yeah, I said, okay, what is that startup going to do? I've not thought of that, but I'm going to have a startup. You get the point? You must have knowledge. You must have as much knowledge as possible, because today your customer knows much, much more than you know. So if you have no knowledge of what you're going to do, don't do it. Money forms a very important element of any plan. Let's understand this very, very carefully. A loan is a loan. It is not a subsidy. It is not a donation. It's not a gift. A loan has to be returned, and a loan has to be returned with interest, and a loan has to be returned in time. When you're doing your planning, think of this. How are you going to return the money? How are you going to pay your suppliers? Okay. How are you going to survive? And the product that you have better have that much of profit that will take care of all this. Otherwise, your planning is all wrong. It's not going to be planning at all. It's just going to be a gamble. And ladies and gentlemen, gambles these days are a losing proposition. Very clearly, business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. You will say, there are so many people who have overnight made a lot of money. Yes, they have. A very few have been lucky. But all the others are in some jail or the other in India. There is no such thing as an overnight success. There was a very famous actor in yesteryears called Peter O'Toole. And Peter O'Toole was asked this question: what do you attribute to your overnight success? He said, it took me 10 years of practice to become an overnight success. So a business is a marathon. You must be prepared to face adversity, failure, frustration, stress, and a lot of related factors. People not responding to the commitments that they've made. These are all elements that have to be part of a business. And your business plan should therefore take all these factors into consideration before you start writing down what the plan should be. Hey, I am at the end of my session. I thought I should give a very short one so that you would have the opportunity of talking back to me if you would like to. I will stop sharing so that you have the opportunity of doing that. Is it possible for you to unmute people who was technically in charge so that we can listen to them too?
Yes, sir. Let them raise the hand, sir. I'll take care of.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm open to questions.
Give me a moment, sir. I'll just mute all and Ramesh, sir, please mute yourself. Sorry, unmute yourself. Oh, sorry. 1 second, sir. Ask him unmute. Yeah. Now you can do it, sir.
Yeah, this is Kamlakar, sir. If you remember me, I'm part of the able. Hello.
Sir, Kamlakar, sir, please wait. We'll give a chance. Ramesh Batavia. Why Ramesh, sir, is not unable to? I have muted. One second, sir. 1 second, sir. Ramesh, sir, please try now. Swapnil, please check. Ramesh, sir, unmute yourself. You should be getting a pop-up dialog. No, sir.
Ramesh sir, you have to unmute yourself.
One minute, Ramesh, sir. Sir, now you can please try to unmute yourself. Phone number.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Sorry for the technical glitch, everyone. Sir, can we go for questionnaire? Right?
Please.
Yes, sir. Kamlakar, sir. Please unmute yourself.
So better to write questions in the chat box, please. So this is
I would love to listen to your voice. Go ahead.
So this is Kamlakar. I'm the participant of ABLE in 2009 at UT.
I remember you very well.
Yeah, thank you, sir. You said that you need to change along with the time, sir.
Could you repeat?
You said you need to change along with the time. Okay, and at the same time, you also said that if you do not know how to make the dosa, don't get into the business.
Right.
Okay. See, what happens is over a period of time, say, let us say 25 years, we are in one kind of a business. We were habituated the way of you doing, Suddenly we need to change. Means how do we change? How do we know? I mean, we should get into a formal education or a training. What is that? Say, I wanted to shift out in another business. How do I learn that business completely? Let us say I want to make dosas now. How do I learn the dosas? I have to go and learn the dosas only. Then I started. How do we manage that change?
Okay, Kamlakar, remember those days when you were a bachelor? How did you change into a married man? We all have to will ourselves to change, that's all. And the change can happen almost immediately, or it will take some time, but the change has to happen. Now, when I said that you need to change with the changing rules of business, yes, one rule of business that all of us were very, very fond of was the loyalty of our customers. Loyalty is gone. So how are you going to cope with it? Okay, so these are the questions that need immediate answer. And these are the questions that JCOM will be addressing throughout this year. Okay, JCOM is very, very aggressive on what new businesses and how new businesses can be handled. So keep watching, and I'm sure you'll find answers through JCOM's very efficient team. Okay, next question.
We have our past national president, Subramanian, sir. Sir, the floor is yours.
I'm getting scared.
Sir, a very good morning, Ramesh bhai. I came to this floor from 11 o'clock and being with you. And it is a great moment to listen to you after 11 months. I don't think you've taken a leave. Actually, you are preparing for 11 months, I believe so. So thanks for coming back and sharing your expertise with the same zeal and enthusiasm. And many things are coming, sir. Great things are in line, waiting to listen to you and learn from you. Thank you very much, Ramesh.
Thank you.
Any more? Someone has raised previously. Jay Chandar, yes, sir.
So very good morning, Ramesh sir. Very good morning, sir.
Dr. Jay, good morning.
After a long time, and the same force, same effect. I loved it, and the way that you answered. I read a message. Aha! You know how you change from a bachelor to an. Yeah, that's a process, and that one sentence meant a lot to me personally. What kind of change from a caterpillar to butterfly that one has to take. Also, my observation that when you said about the loan, it's a loan, it's not a gift. It's a loan, it's not something else. It's a loan that you need to repay. So I got a message of ethics from you. And from my day one, I am seeing you as a principle-centered person. This is a reinforcing session for me, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ajay Jain had a question on the chat box. The role of technology in business. Undoubtedly, as days go by, business is undergoing a lot of change assisted by technology. And we have no choice in most cases, but to learn that technology. It would be a great thing if we could all harness that technology to our advantage. And that is going to happen in the days to come. Okay, we're talking about ChatGPT. Well, that is just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of things are in the offing, but everything needs to take time.
We have another question in the chat box, sir.
I'm sorry, I don't have it here.
How to keep track of
how to manage multiple businesses. Okay, Tejas, I thought you're not going to be here. Okay, I'm so happy you're here. Okay, how to manage multiple businesses. There are a lot of women in this audience today, so I'm not going to talk about anything off color. But the fact remains that every one of us manages a house, a business, a social atmosphere, And all this we seem to be managing very well. Now, if you ask me how to manage multiple businesses, I'm a little conservative. I'll say that until my business is running all by itself without my presence, and that business is continuously making profits, I should not be looking at another business at all. People are going to say, but that one has much more opportunity, that one has much more profits. Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side, and the neighbor's wife is always prettier.
We are on live. Sir, how to keep track of execution of plan? Jitendra.
Monitoring a plan. Look, there are hundreds of thousands of dashboards available. If you just have to Google, and you will find something that can monitor every part of your existence. Okay, go back 10 years and you found smartphones doing alarms for you. Well, the technology is the base for a lot of other things that are happening. Now, today, anywhere in the world, you can access your office. You can find out what is happening in real time, yes or no. Now, all this we learn to monitor. Monitoring the execution of a plan requires as the same kind of dedication. You will need to constantly keep in touch, A, with your people, B, with your market. Okay, because you cannot afford the luxury of sitting in an air-conditioned cabin. Mr. Mukesh Ambani is also on the streets these days. Every one of us needs to be there to find out the pulse of the market. And you can do that only when you're monitoring it on the streets, not in your cabin.
Kalyan Bondada has asked the question, where can a businessman start learning the new business methods when you want to change from one business to another business?
Well, if you're not a member of JCOM, first of all, become a member of JCOM. Okay. You will get a lot of knowledge. But if you want to manage a second business or a third business while having the first business, go back to a recorded version of what I've said just now. Until your first business is doing exceedingly well, don't even think about it.
Okay. Sir, how many questions more can we take?
Oh, we have what? It's your choice, Mr. Chairman. We have a call of an hour, and I think we have approximately 20 minutes.
Yeah, we have 10 more minutes, 12 more minutes. Yes, 20 minutes more. Okay. How to scale up our business by Dr. Kishore.
Dr. Kishore, first of all, is your business scalable? Okay, you have to ask yourself that question. Is it scalable? Is your business process scalable? Maybe the product is the business process scalable? Okay, are you in a position to replicate what you're doing in your main business in all the other new businesses that you're going to form? Now, if the answer is yes to all this, then yes, you should be scaling up. But please understand that scaling up means a tremendous amount of overheads, tremendous amount of stress before you see your first rupee of profit. Are you prepared to take that risk? Are you prepared to take that stress? Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you have said that as per prediction, the business is, we have difficult time in business. Are there any prediction levels for separate categories like business materials, marketing business? What is your prediction about different categories?
You have to pay me a lot of money to get the answer to that.
Sir.
Okay. I can talk only generally because the audience today consists of a lot of people from various strata of society. But when you attend ABLE, you're only part of 50 people. And then the faculty will be able to narrow down and tell you what exactly you need to do.
Thank you, sir. Any more questions?
Kalyan,
Online.
motor.
Yes, it is again the same question, sir. It's just again the prediction about next 5 years in motor business.
No. You see, I think the Mr. Chairman, what he wants to, Kalyan wants to ask is, what is the future of brick and mortar business, which means physical businesses? Now,
Yes.
undoubtedly, online businesses have taken off, and a lot of people are and will be making a lot of money. But do you know a curious thing? Pepperfry has a physical showroom. Urban Ladder has a physical showroom. Amazon has an experience store. Samsung is spending crores of rupees on giving you experience stores. Apple just now opened a showroom. Brick and mortar will never die. Brick and mortar will be there. It'll take various other forms, but yes, it'll be there.
By Karthik, how people management make role in business?
The role of people management? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, sir. People management in business or staff management, we can say.
Okay. There are two extremes. One is the task-oriented behavior of a person. The other extreme is the people-oriented behavior of a person. Now, a politician needs to be a people-oriented person because he needs the votes. And currently, Karnataka is going through nothing else but the voting process. Okay. But if a politician really means business, he also needs to be task-oriented. He has to show something on the streets. He has to show what improvement has been made and what he was responsible for in changing the atmosphere of that particular constituency. So he needs to be task-oriented. Now, people management is a very fine balance between these two, task orientation and people orientation. Okay, you need to be somewhere in the middle. Now, it's like saying marriage is a 50-50 proposition. It is not. Sometimes it's 90-10, sometimes it's 10-90. It's the same thing with people management. Okay, there are no rigid rules. But yes, please understand something. Today, more than ever, you can't do anything without people around you. And if your behavior is that of a person who's arrogant, who's authoritative, who's dominating, please relook at your behavior and make necessary changes, because that behavior will not go with current times. There
Thank
are
you,
too
sir.
many now. Please go ahead. Tell me what.
By Raman Bansali, in today's big environment, big businesses are dominating small and medium business where they are facing a tough times to survive. What is your opinion on it?
Small businesses will keep on being there. They'll never die. Okay. Medium businesses have a big problem. Okay. Either they have to come down and become small businesses, or they have to go up to become big business. Otherwise, it's the big fish swallowing the smaller fish. And this transition is a long transition, because we are also, in our country, we are also experimenting. Like in most countries abroad, particularly in the United States, the supermarket is our Kirana store. And the supermarket has grown to be 10,000, 20,000 square feet, and so on. That model is not doing well in our country. It's still that 15 by 15 or 20 by 20 Kirana store run by the father with his son assisting him, which is still making profit. So our country is different. So I'm not going to hazard a guess and say what is going to be the future of medium scale businesses. Small will survive. Big will either go big or will fail in a very big manner. Okay. Now,
Thank you.
all over the world, I don't know if you know this, that Starbucks is failing. We recently got Starbucks in our country, but all over the world, it is a failing proposition. Amazon stores all over the world, physical stores all over the world are closing down. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any guidance, any key guidance for expansion of personalized service industry like chartered accountants, where the staff is attending all the tasks, till client wants to have a personal interaction with the chartered accountant, by Prabhat Chopra.
Well, if you look at some of the biggest surgeons that we have, Dr. What Shetty is it? I forgot for the moment. Well, Narayana Rudralaya, Devi Shetty, I got that name. Now, Dr. Devi Shetty, on rush days, I am told this, I have no knowledge, performs about 20 cardiac surgeries. Now, 20 cardiac surgeries. He doesn't do it. There's a whole team of doctors who are attending those 20 surgeries, okay, and who do all the preliminary work, opening up the chest cavity, making sure that everything is exposed. And Dr. Devi Shetty just does that 1, 2, 3 operations, and he moves on to the next patient. Now, anybody who is in that personalized business, a doctor, a chartered accountant, okay, a lawyer, all these people face one, well, advantage or a disadvantage. People want only the top man. Okay. However good the bottom guy is, however good the second line is, they want only the top guy. Now, I can only relate one story, not really a story, it happened to me. My chartered accountant for a very long time was a gentleman called YVS Vinod. He died. Now, there was a time when Vinod, those were the days when computers had just started out, and he used to handle about 800 files. In all of them, people like me, tax audit people, okay? I would go to his office once in a year, 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, whatever questions that were there, whatever answers that needed to be given, everything was given. Now, one fine day, because Vinod happened to be a very good friend of mine, and said, how the hell do you manage this? 800 people. And all of us will be landing in that 1 month in June, July, when we have to file our returns. How do you manage all this? He said, Ramesh, 10 minutes before you came, the gentleman who was sitting next to you, my assistant, he gave me the questions I need to ask. And I asked only those questions. Everything else my assistant handled. Those answers that you gave, he very carefully made a note, so he's going to follow up. I don't even know what he's going to do. I will know that only when I sign the final returns. If your business process is capable of such divisions, great. This is the one way in which you can keep people happy, and you also will not feel the stress.
Thank you, sir. How to invest profits from the business? The name Paisa Health, it is there. Paisa Health.
How to
invest profit from business?
All of us have made the same mistake. We have put whatever profits we earned into the business itself. And our stocks kept on expanding. Wonderful. But the next time you take stock inventory, find out how much dead stock you have. How much non-saleable stock you have. take physical inventory and find out what seemed to be so rosy on paper is not really so, because there's going to be at least between 30 and 40% of your stock which is completely dead or if it cannot be sold. Profits need to be taken out from business. You determine what the profit is. You need to make a separate investment of your profits into something else. By force, we do it on those plans where the government gives us tax benefits. But also, let us talk to a chartered accountant. He'll give us advice on how to invest our profits. It's too general a question otherwise for me to tell you where to invest. Each case is different.
Sir. By Anand Murthy, I have a plan to start agriculture products to buy from farmers directly. Can you give me suggestion for this scope to export? I have a plan to start agriculture products to buy from farmers directly and to export them. Can you please give me suggestions on this scope?
Anand Murthy, where are you from?
Anand Murthy, please unmute yourself.
Or on the chat box, tell me where are you from? Okay, Tamil Nadu is a very small place. Where in Tamil Nadu? Okay, Tirupattur district. See, buying agricultural produce for the purpose of exporting is like starting any business. See, the product is a product. The difference here is some products are perishable, agricultural products, and some are not. Where is your market? First find out that. And if you say, I have a lot of people abroad who are going to help me market various things, test them out. My personal experience is they are good friends, but as associates in business, well, it doesn't really work out. So test it out before you get into this. Please remember this, that agricultural produce is a very, very generic commodity. Are you willing to spend money to add value? Are you willing to brand your agricultural produce? Perhaps you have a bigger market.
Sir. By Rohit Gupta, how to find good co-founder for a business?
I looked at 27 girls before I got married, and I didn't get married to all those 27 girls. Okay, you never know how to find a good founder. What is it that you want from a co-founder? See, this is very important. What is it that you want from him? Do you want money from him? Do you want technical knowledge from him? Do you want marketing knowledge from him? Only then he should be a co-founder. Otherwise, you have a sleeping partner at home.
Sir, thank you. By Dharmarajan, how to get easy banks loans for a newcomers in the industry?
Industry, did you say?
Yeah, in the business, yeah.
Tidhar and his friends will give you big knowledge on this. The government of India has relaxed all norms for MSME loans. If your balance sheet is healthy for the past 3 years, you can get up to 20 crore rupees worth of loans without any collateral. You don't need any collateral at all. There is a scheme of the government. I don't have the exact details with me right now, but this is again a game changer. I wish a lot of people take advantage of it. Either maybe you would like to prepare a small paper on this and circulate to all your members.
I'll do that, sir.
Venkatesh, how important is passive income for a businessman?
Every businessman should have a passive income. Okay, I spent a lot of money the last 11 months. Okay, when I did not earn anything. Incidentally, all trainers and mentors like us, we are all daily wage workers. If we don't attend one day, we don't get wages for that. So 11 months, I spent a lot of money. I spent that money only because I had savings built up, because I have a passive income, and everyone must have it.
Okay, sir. As an entrepreneur, how to plan a day schedule? We'll have just one or two more questions, sir. How, as an entrepreneur, how to plan a day schedule?
I have no answer. I have no answer. If you're prepared to spend 16 hours a day, that is your day.
Super, sir. Thank you. I think that's it, sir. We don't have any questions.
Tidar and my friends, it's been a delightful 1 hour. Frankly, I thought I would be spending a lot more time on my presentation itself, but the few people that I saw on screens in my screen seem to be a very, very intelligent lot. And I thought I shouldn't be spending too much of time teaching ABC to postgraduates. And therefore, I cut out my presentation and decided at the last minute, without your permission, I'm sorry, to make this more a question and answer hour than a speaking hour. Believe me, I've enjoyed every minute of it. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Sir, we are thankful to Ramesh sir for your presence. People in the country, they are always feel honored to hear from you, because the answers, the value additions you do, we cannot have it from anybody else, sir. So thank you very much for that. And this is really a good part for you for being at the JCOM Hour, and this has added value to this project of JCOM Hour. So dear friends, thank you very much for being here. So next week, 7th May, same time at 11 a.m. Sunday, we are having a very, very important topic. Why every contract should have an arbitration clause. Why every contract should have an arbitration clause. And you know who is the speaker on the topic? 1999 National President of JCI India, PNP, Ravi Shankarji. So stay tuned, 7th May, 11 a.m. next Sunday. The topic is why every contract should have an arbitration clause. So please tell your friends so that each and every businessman of JCOM and JCI India can have benefit of this knowledge, and they can change their business style if needed for that. Sir, we are greatly thankful to you for your presence, and always, since day one, I have seen you since today. I am always feeling energized after looking at you, sir. Thank you very much. Over to Chairman and National Vice Chairman of JCOM, Krishna.
Sir, thank you for being here. And that's a wonderful question, wonderful presentation, and a wonderful question hour. And I think all the participants here are satisfied with your answers. And I have seen that nearly 180 plus is the highest participation count today, and we are expecting more from the members to participate. From this week, this JCOM Hour is going to be live in Facebook also. So there also, I think we have 100 plus participants who are viewing this. So I thank each and everyone who spent your 1 hour here for JCOM Hour. Stay tuned every week on 11 a.m. We are here to give you some business tips. Our national trainers, our national PNBs are ready to give you special topics on business. Stay tuned. On this occasion, I thank each and everyone for being here. Thank you all. Thank you. Host, you can.
Thank you very much, sir. Goodbye. Thank you, Ramesh, sir. Thank you very much.